people call me the Queen of Entertainment, a famous pop icon, a musical superstar. You can take your pick. As for me, I like to be called the Queen of Hearts. Hi, I'm Verosica Mayday, and I'm from Florida to overachiever parents who are super successful in their careers. Right, since I was a toddler, I loved to sing. Mom would sing me lullabies, and I'd sing along with her.
You have a beautiful voice, my baby. Just like an angel.
I'm not so sure I didn't get selected for the school choir.
Don't let that dishearten you, sweetheart, and have confidence in your talent. I'm sure you're meant for great things.
Although I loved singing, I was also fascinated by theater and acting. I performed on stage for the first time when I was 8 in a musical named Annie.
Are you nervous, Vero?
No, not at all. In fact, I can't wait to set the stage on fire. And I did just that. That musical was a great success, and it marked the beginning of my musical theater journey. After that, I performed in so many other local productions like Beauty and the Beast and The Wizard of Oz. Life was going smoothly, but then my parents got separated. I felt devastated for a while, but thank God I had my pet dogs to keep me going through the tough phase. Just so you know, I have 10 rescue pups. One of them is named Sirius Black. Yeah, I'm quite obsessed with Harry Potter. But then, aren't we all? So, by the time I turned 14, I decided I'd acted enough and now wanted to make a career in singing. I packed my bags and moved to Los Angeles to meet my managers. Guys, I think I want to make an R&B album.
That's a hell of a goal, but who do you think's gonna buy a 14-year-old's R&B album?
Well, that kind of made sense. So I went back to Florida and decided to focus on theater. For the time being, then when I was 15, I got chosen from among thousands of girls to play one of the main characters in a Broadway musical called 13, for which I later bagged a prestigious award. By this time, I had moved to New York, so I was missing school a lot. Mom, I want to continue performing. But what about studies? I want to finish high school at least.
Don't worry, sweetheart. Your school has agreed to send study material so you don't miss out on your studies.
That was pretty cool. I was studying and focusing on my career, even though I was miles away from home. Then in 2009, I bagged the role of an adorable goofball named Cat Valentine in the famous Nickelodeon TV show named Victorious. Since the show was set in a performing arts school, it gave me an opportunity to showcase my acting as well as my singing abilities on a national platform. Thanks to the show, I was suddenly a teen idol.
So, Verosica, what's next? Are you looking at a career in Hollywood?
To be honest, acting is fun, but music has always been first and foremost with me. I was determined to give singing a shot, so I kept uploading my videos on YouTube, where I sang covers of songs by Adele, Mariah Carey, and Whitney Houston. Meanwhile, the second season of Victorious premiered in 2011 to 6.2 million viewers, becoming the highest-rated episode of the show. Victorious ran for 3 seasons until it was finally wrapped up in 2013. Then one day, I got the most unexpected call.
Hello, Verosica. I'm Monte Lipman, CEO of Republic Records. I saw your YouTube videos, and I want to sign you up for the label. Are you interested?
Yeah, of course. I'd love that. I put down my phone and did a little happy dance. My music career was finally taking off. The next 3 years, I focused completely on my vocals and singing and collaborated with many contemporary artists. The result was my first album, Yours Truly, that debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200 Albums chart, and it sold 138,000 copies in its first week. After that, there was no looking back for me. Today, I've sold over 85 million records worldwide, broke 27 Guinness World Records as a singer, bagged 2 Grammys, and was listed among the 100 most influential persons in the world by Time magazine. So, friends, I hope my story inspires you to never give up on your dreams. Since miracles happen, just believe in yourself. Because if you don't, who else will?
I was in the shower when I smelled something burning. Holy smokes, was Mom cooking again? I grabbed the towel and rushed to the kitchen. There was a pan with milk overflowing on the stove, but Mom was nowhere to be seen. Mom! Mom!
D. Mom got a call and she left.
This was so typical of my mom. She was the most irresponsible woman on the planet. With her absent-mindedness, It's a wonder me and my little brother Noah were still alive. If you think I'm exaggerating, hear this. Once when I was 9 and Noah 1, she drove us to the supermarket and made us wait in the car while she grabbed some groceries. Minutes turned into hours, but she just didn't return. Noah started crying his lungs out, and I was in tears too. Thankfully, a kind gentleman lent me his phone to call her. Mom, how are you?
I'm at the movies, Dina. I met a friend at the supermarket and we both. Oh shoot, are you two still in the car?
So you get the idea, right?
Dee, I'm not feeling well.
Oh, honey, what's the matter?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Noah. I wasn't done showering anyway. You go lie down in your bed and I'll make you some hot cocoa after I get cleaned up, okay? Noah has a heart condition that makes him so weak, a surgery can cure him. But with Mom unable to hold a job longer than a month, we just don't have enough funds. But I am determined to do whatever it takes to get him treated. Oh, that reminds me. I'm getting late for work. I dropped out of school last summer, and now I set up a pizza stall outside this museum. And not to boast or anything, but it's quite a hit among people. You should see the long queue. Crappy piece of poop, you ruined all my pizzas.
Hey, Peanut! Pick a fight with someone your own size!
What are you calling a peanut, you butt face? Now just pay the damages, or get ready to have your intestines shoved up your throat. The biker guy laughed menacingly and took a step in my direction. But suddenly, a well-dressed guy stepped in and pushed him away.
Leave the girl alone, get going before I call the cops.
The biker guy shot me a furious look, fed away on a stupid bike.
Thank you would be nice.
Thank you? What for? Did you really have to butt in and ruin everything now he's gone without paying me anything for all this? I spent all my savings buying this oven and now it's broken. Oh God, what will I do? My brother's sick. I thought I'd take him to the doctor with today's earnings.
Hey, I'm sorry. I can pay you. How much do you need?
Listen, mister.
Travis?
Yeah, whatever. I don't want your charity.
No, please, I insist.
If you really want to do something for me, give me a freaking job or just buzz off. I knew no one in their right brains would hire a high school dropout, right? Wrong. Apparently, Travis did have a job for me, and a wacky one at that. He wanted me to act as his fiancé for a weekend in front of his family, and in return, he offered to pay for Noah's surgery.
My grandma is seriously ill. Doctors have given her just a few more weeks to live, and her last wish is to see me engaged.
So, you're okay with deceiving her this way? I'm sorry, but I don't want to be a part of this.
Well, at this point, I'd do anything to see her smile.
Travis sounded like he really cared for his grandma, and I could still remember Noah's pale face from that morning. So, somewhat reluctantly, I agreed to the deal. Now, before you find out if I regretted my decision or not, just go like and subscribe to the channel. Now that weekend, when Travis came to pick me up in his Lamborghini, Mom's eyes literally popped out of her head.
Dee, when are you going to tell me your boyfriend is loaded?
She rushed out and practically fell on Travis as he got out of his car.
Are these for my beautiful, charming daughter? She loves lilies and she loves diamonds too. And designer handbags, shoes, limited edition watches.
Mom, no one needs you inside.
Oh yes, of course. You two have fun and, before you leave, do you have a private jet? I mean, Dee loves beach holidays with me and Noah. So,
Mom, I've never seen a beach my entire life.
He can take you.
I practically pushed Mom inside the gate and got into Travis's car.
Your mom is interesting.
I think you mean impossible.
Ha 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 ha. Anyway, these are for you. Just a friendly gesture. I thought since we're supposed to be an engaged couple, we might at least be on cordial terms. Also, I wanted to warn you, my mom could be a little, intimidating. Don't let her get to you.
Awesome, now I'm even more nervous. Minutes later, when we reached Travis's home, my jaw literally hit the floor. The place was a freaking palace. Travis dropped me at the main entrance and went to park his car in the garage. That's when I heard a shrill voice.
Hey, you get lost. We don't need anything you're selling.
But what if I'm selling manners? Surely you could do with a little of those.
How dare you?
Mom, I see you and Dina have met already.
Dina? So this is your fiancé? You keep shocking us, Travis.
Mom, Dina's an amazing chef. She makes excellent pizzas and...
Oh, I'm sure beneath that hideous outfit, she must have a lot of personality, but I'm not really interested right now.
Wow, what a rude snob! Travis's mom was a real nightmare, but his grandma was the complete opposite. She was the sweetest woman I'd ever met, and my heart melted to see how much she adored her grandson. That evening, while we were having dinner, Travis's mom kept shooting me death flares, but thankfully his grandma kept the conversation going.
So, you and Travis met in school, Dina?
No, I dropped out of school last summer. Actually, I had to set up a pizza store to earn money. Suddenly, Travis's mom started coughing, as if she was choking or something. So I immediately got up and gave her sharp blows in the back.
What are you doing? Don't break my back.
Are you feeling better? Once I choked on a coin, and this is how my mom saved me.
Why the heck were you eating a coin?
I wasn't eating it. I was just hiding it in my mouth so I could get my brother and myself an ice candy later on. You know those cheap ice candies? Before I could even finish, Travis's mom got up and walked off mid-meal. What? Did I say something wrong?
No, nothing at all.
For some reason, Grandma and Travis burst out laughing, and I joined them too. That night, Grandma called me and Travis to her room.
Dina, Travis is just like his grandpa. Gentle but impulsive. I was worried he'd rush into a relationship and then probably regret it, but after meeting you, I can see he's made the right choice.
She then took out a box from under a pillow and gave it to me. Inside, it was an exquisite emerald bracelet.
This is my most prized possession. Travis's grandpa gave it to me on our wedding night. Want you to have it now.
Oh no, I can't take this.
Please. I've always intended to give it to Travis's fiancé.
I looked at Travis, and he gestured to me to keep the box. So I took it, and I thought I'd return it to him once we got back. The rest of the weekend went by in a blur. Travis was funny and kind, and I kind of developed a small crush on him. And by the way he looked at me, I guess he liked me too. The day Travis dropped me at home, he told me he'd scheduled Noah's surgery in the coming week at the city's biggest hospital. Little did I know I was in for the biggest shock ever. On the day of the surgery, as the nurses were taking Noah to the operation theater, I was asked to get the bill settled. I started to panic a bit. I called Travis, shot him multiple messages, but no response. Where the heck was Travis? Was he okay? And how the heck was I going to pay for the surgery without him? That's when I thought of Grandma's bracelet. I sell it. I get enough money to cover the hospital bills. No! How can you do this, Dina? You know how precious that bracelet is to Grandma, but do you really have a choice? You honored your end of the deal, and if Travis isn't here to honor his, you've got to do this. Feeling utterly helpless and desperate, I decided to go to the jeweler. His eyes lit up on seeing the bracelet, and the price he quoted for it was more than enough to cover the hospital bills. When I returned to the hospital, my heart was aching. But when I approached the billing counter, they informed me the bill had been settled already. What? Who paid for it?
I've no idea, ma'am, but the system shows your dues have been cleared.
I almost cried with joy. And then a nurse told me Noah's surgery was a success. I rushed to see him. Noah, how are you feeling, baby?
My chest hurts, but doctor says I'll be okay in a week and I can go running in the park like other kids.
Of course, darling. Now you rest while I go out and call Mom. I walked out of the room to see Travis and his mom walking towards me. Travis, I can't believe you decided to show up now when everything is over. Do you have any idea what you put me through?
Whoa, calm down. What's wrong?
What's wrong? You knew it was Noah's surgery today and you simply vanished without a trace.
Grandma got sick last night, so we had to fly her to London, but I told Mom to inform and take care of the bills and everything.
Which I did, of course.
No, you did not. I was scared to death figuring out how I'd pay the hospital all by myself.
Stop lying, girl. The bill has been paid.
So you did, but only in the last 1 hour. Just then Mom walked in on all the drama.
My daughter can be stubborn, rude, and a lot of other things, but she is not a liar.
Oh, look who's here. The gold digger's mom. I bet you tricked my son into buying you this designer handbag, just like your daughter tricked him into paying for that kid's surgery.
This bag is fake just like your hair and your lips.
You witch! If your daughter is so honest, ask her where is the bracelet that my mom-in-law gave her.
My face turned white at the bracelet's mention. How the heck did she know? It's with me.
Oh, really?
His mom took out her phone into my shock and horror. She showed us pictures of me with the jeweler holding the bracelet.
See, Travis, this shameless girl sold our priceless family heirloom for money.
I looked at Travis and he looked completely shook. Travis, trust me, it's not what it looks like. You know I can never do this, right?
I don't know. Dina proof is right here, and you still want me to trust you?
Oh, I see. I thought you knew me better than this, but I guess we don't know each other at all. I opened my bag and fished out the bracelet. Yes, I did take it to the jeweler, but I couldn't bring myself to sell it. I know I could survive a few days more without the surgery, but I knew if this bracelet was lost, Grandma probably wouldn't be able to take it. Travis looked guilty and tried to apologize, but I'd had enough. We had a deal, and both of us honored it. Now let's move on with our lives. After that day, Travis tried to reach me many times, but I shut him off. Except that I did go for his grandma's funeral. With Noah fully recovered, I just wanted to focus on getting into a good culinary school. And, by God's grace, I did manage to get into one. The next 2 years, I worked my butt off and finally opened my own restaurant. On the opening weekend, I was busy talking to a customer when I saw a familiar face. Travis! What a surprise!
Congratulations, Dinah. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. What would you like to have?
A chance to start all over again would be nice.
Interrogating informants was one of my duties, and today was no different. Mr. Kent, have you or have you not been selling secret information to the enemy? If you don't talk, I'm going to have to use reinforcements and...
You have to look more scary, Rosie, and keep that Kaiser away from me.
Okay, shut up and put the gag back on so we can. Just then, my phone rang. Mom, you sound scared. What's going on?
Listen to me carefully. Your dad and I have gotten into some kind of trouble. Dad got badly injured and is in the hospital, but you can't see him now. It's dangerous.
Mom?
I think someone's tailing at me, and...
Wait, Mom? Mom? I think Mom's in trouble. Hi, I'm Rose from LA. I'll tell you what's going on. But first, please like and subscribe. My twin brother Enzo and I were raised by parents who are the most interesting people I know. They are undercover agents who work for the wait that's supposed to be top secret. Anyway, Mom and Dad didn't trust anyone to look after us, so a lot of times we found ourselves hidden under the table or behind a curtain during their top secret meetings. But I broke the rules and popped out from time to time.
Believe now, Mario. I think we're done here.
Not before he gets us double chocolate muffins.
I want vanilla.
Rosie, I thought I told you guys to stay hidden.
It's muffin top when we're on the job. Mama.
You can go, Mario.
And bring us a report tonight.
By the time we turned 10, it became more and more difficult for them to take us with them, and they made it clear that it was for our safety.
This job is dangerous and you need to stay home from now on.
But Dad, I've gotten really good. I can help trace people and find information.
I'm okay with staying home.
See, your brother gets it.
Oh, he's just scaredy cat.
If you promise to lay low for now and learn everything that you need to, we'll let you come with us on one of our major cases.
By the time I was in my final year of high school, I had acquired quite a number of investigative skills from observing my parents. Enzo and I had become attached to this guy who could hack into any system, but living like a decent human being is where he drew the line. You know, in those movies where the tech geek never cleans his room, never showers? That was my brother. You reek, you pea-brained Jerkosaurus Rex or something called a shower.
Hey, I don't get paid to take showers or smell nice.
You don't get paid to do anything. The least you could do is shower, or no one will ever hire you.
I don't need anyone to hire me. I'll work for Mom and Dad.
To the shower now.
Mom and Dad will hear about this.
If you can go near them without killing them first. When we weren't fighting, I was using him to test out my interrogation techniques. We made a pretty great team where he was the tech genius and I was the muscle, and I always knew that we would crack a case together one day. But that day came sooner than I thought when Mom made that dreadful phone call.
Well, what did she say?
I think she's been kidnapped and Dad's badly injured in the hospital.
Which hospital?
She didn't say. Did you do your hacking thingy and see if you can locate them? As soon as Enzo started working on his laptop, the doorbell rang, starting with us both.
It's the middle of the night. Who could it be? I'll check that.
Before he could even check the security cameras, I grabbed my weaponized frying pan and headed to the door. Whoever it was, you have chosen the wrong house. But there wasn't anyone at the door.
Rosie?
Did you?
There was a hooded figure in the frame, but he disappeared before I could zoom in on his face. It's like he knew where the camera was and hid his face. Also, I found Dad, but still nothing on Mom.
What?
It's almost like she disappeared from the face of the earth.
This wasn't good. But at least we'd found Dad. So I rushed to the hospital while Enzo worked on finding something, anything, that could lead us to Mom. At the hospital, Dad didn't look too bad, but something he said made me worry.
Look, Improvise. No, I know Mom before, or before it's too late.
But Dad, where? Where do I start?
The door.
What? I turned to look at the door. Someone's face suddenly disappeared. By the time I got to the hallway, whoever it was, it disappeared. Someone was definitely following me, and I intended to catch them before they caught me. That night, Enzo and I stayed awake, trying to trace Mom, going through every case and every file we could find in their office, and sat through every security footage of the house, but couldn't find anything. What would Mom and Dad do? The answer came very clearly the following morning, when Enzo startled me awake from where I dozed off in a chair.
The person with the hood is back.
A figure in a hoodie rushed through our lawn to the front door. Right on cue, the doorbell rang, and we watched as he hid behind one of the bushes and watched the door. I think we just found our first clue. Stay here.
He looks very weak. Go get him, Tiger.
I had to catch this guy by surprise, so I grabbed a stick, ran out through the back door. Within seconds, I was standing behind him. Hey! As soon as he turned, I swung the stick up and hit him square in the face, sending him sprawling to the ground, and he passed out immediately. I put a bag over his head and dragged him into the barn, then tied him to a chair and waited for him to wake up, which he did a few minutes later.
Oh, hey, the name's Maxwell. How you doing, princess?
Seriously, man, read the room.
Whoa, hold your horses. You already broke my nose. Don't hit me again. What's in that freaking sock anyway?
I ask the questions. Who else knows about me? Who sent you to stalk me?
I'm not stalking. I just happened to be here when you found me. Wait, or are you stalking me? I mean, since it was you that came up from behind me.
You think you're smart, huh?
I've been told that I'm pretty impressive. How about you loosen these up, then we can talk, princess?
That arrogant. But now that his head wasn't in a sack, I couldn't help but notice how absolutely dreamy. And when he smirked, then flipped his hair to the side, my legs went jelly, and the butterflies in my stomach blushed. Wait a minute, Rose. Wake up. Your parents would be ashamed of you right now. Does he think he was in a commercial or something? What a loony.
Did you say something?
I'll get you a glass of water. You look thirsty. If there was something I learned from my parents, it's that if you let an informant go, they'll lead you right to your target. So leaving him loosely tied and the bond door slightly open, I left to get him water. And just like I'd expected, it took him less than 1 minute to loosen himself and leave the barn.
Rosie, he's getting away.
And let the games begin. Come on, let's go.
What? Where? Why do I have to go?
Because he could be leading us to Mom. We followed the guy from a discreet distance for about 10 minutes to a creepy old blue house. After looking around suspiciously, as if to see if he was being followed, he went in.
I don't know about this. I think we should go back.
Remember what Dad used to tell us?
You have to follow every clue to the end. Doesn't matter how small or big it is, it'll lead you to something.
We have to see this through.
Oh, okay. I'm only coming because it's creepier out here alone.
With Enzo behind me, shaking like a twig, I stormed into the house. A woman in a black suit, her bright red hair tied back in a ponytail, wearing a mask, and stood over someone bound to a chair in the middle of the room. I couldn't see who it was because her head was in a bag, but I'd recognize those white sneakers anywhere. I'd bought Mom those shoes on her birthday last year. Mom, I finally found you! Tightening my grip on the weaponized frying pan, I ran towards the kidnapper. Step away from my mother, or you lose your teeth. But the moment the woman turned around and pulled off her mask, she took me by surprise. Mom, what's going on here? Then whose?
First, give me this dreadfully ugly pan before you hurt someone. Secondly, welcome. We've been waiting for you, detectives.
Wait, I'm so confused right now. I thought you were kidnapped. Or are you the kidnapper?
And why is the kidnapped wearing your shoes? Suddenly, old, creaky house lit up. Dad came out carrying 2 birthday cakes, accompanied by the guy from before.
Happy birthday?
Birthday?
Dad, I thought you were in the hospital.
Sorry, I was acting on orders.
Our birthday isn't until 2 weeks from now.
All right, someone explain what's going on here. And could you please remove the bag off of this poor lady? But when Maxwell pulled the bag off, it revealed a faceless mannequin. Enzo fainted at the sight of it. This poor boy! Look what you did to him! He's going to have nightmares for months!
All right. I think we should tell them what's going on after we give Enzo first aid. Honey, are you sure he's our son?
Don't be mean.
When Enzo finally woke up, Mom and Dad explained how they came up with this brilliant idea to give us for our birthday adventure.
Maxwell is a secret undercover agent in training from a secret intelligence school. He was your clue and you followed it well.
Also, it was very clever how you used him as a lead. You get points for that, and your hacking skills are getting better, sweetie. Sorry I blocked you, though.
I wonder I couldn't trace you. You have to teach me that.
You can't outsmart the master.
You guys are pretty cool, and how did you come up with these weapons anyway?
You're lucky I didn't break your teeth, you know?
I don't doubt it.
Get a room.
And since you're graduating in a couple of months, you can join Maxwell in the secret intelligence school.
Best birthday ever! Hi, friends! My name is Celine, and my mom is my best friend. She was a small businesswoman, but after she divorced my dad, her luck turned around and she made it big. Mom adored me! By the time I was 7, I was living the life of a Malibu Barbie. She got me everything I wanted. She threw a birthday bash for me that had ponies and hot air balloons in it. My friends were shocked. Once, when I was in 2nd grade, I had a fight with my annoying classmate, and Mom was called to the school to meet the teacher who I hated.
Celine needs some discipline. Just look at what she did to her classmate. Maybe she needs a father to teach her some manners. Get her one.
My mom suddenly went ballistic and pushed the teacher away.
Are you a moron? My daughter doesn't need a father. She has me and I can take care of her. You say nonsense like that again and I'll have you fired.
I was so proud of my mom as she took my hand and stormed off. By the time I was in 4th grade, my mom was my best friend. I used to tell her every single freaking thing that happened to me. But once I made a mistake. I told her how I'd seen my friend Jessica take the teacher's watch and put it in her bag. And a few days later, I invited my friends to my house. When we were all having lunch, I heard a loud scream from my room. We all ran there to find Mom holding Jessica's hand.
You can't fool me, kid. I know you stole your teacher's stuff and now you're snooping in my daughter's room.
Oh my God! Jessica was shaking and in tears. Mom! She had to go to the bathroom. I told her to go to my room. When my friends left, I was so angry at Mom. I told her I won't be telling her anything from now on. Even though she apologized, I ran to my room and slammed the door shut. The next day at school, my friends started avoiding me like I was some weirdo. And this mean Jessica said,
"No, you can't sit with us because you tell all our secrets to your mom. Why are you like that, dumbhead?"
I started eating alone, but one day, something amazing happened. A girl came and sat next to me at lunch. Her name was Ashley, and she was new in the school. Soon we became friends, and it was so good having someone to talk to. A few days later, I saw Jessica wearing my bracelet that Mom had specially gotten made for me. Hey, that's mine! That bracelet has my name on the back. You're such a thief! I grabbed her wrist to take it away, but Jessica pushed me hard and pounced on me. Just then, Ashley came running and snatched the bracelet from her. We reported her to the principal, and she took a look into Jessica's locker. She was stunned to see so many stolen items. Jessica was suspended for 2 weeks, and I felt so foolish. Mom had been right about Jessica all along. When I went home, I apologized to Mom, and she hugged me tight. By the time we were in 10th grade, Ashley and I were best friends. Once, she was at my place, and we were discussing my new crush, Adam. When Mom walked in, I was so excited to tell her too. I showed her all his pictures.
I can't believe you just told your mom about your crush. I would never tell my mom such a thing.
A few days later, Mom came to school, and she spotted Adam with some boys. And then she said the most embarrassing thing ever.
Oh, you're Adam, right? This is Celine, and she's my daughter.
Oh yeah, that weirdo.
What did you just call her?
A weirdo. And I think she's also dumb.
Oh my God, you're such a rude kid. I can't believe she has a crush on you. And she even looks at your pictures all day. For what? You're a jerk. I can tell.
Everybody, including Adam, looked at me like I was some psycho stalker. I grabbed Mom's arm and tried to drag her away.
Oh, so Celine is crazy just like her mom.
Just let me teach this loser a lesson.
Mom tried to attack him, but thankfully, I was able to drag her away. At home, I had a huge fight with Mom about it.
I did the right thing, Celine.
The only thing you did was ruin my life. Mom asked for forgiveness, and I knew Mom meant well. So after a few hours, I forgave her and we hugged. But not for long. A couple of months later, we were having a Mother's Day event at our school. And when it was time for Ashley to give her mom the gift in front of everyone, Mom rushed to Ashley's mom and handed her a bag. She had gotten a matching outfit for her and Ashley.
I was so sorry to hear from Celine about your money problems and the divorce. You must be going through a really hard time right now. That's why I bought the nicest dresses for you and Ashley.
Oh my God! How could she blurt that secret out in front of everybody? Ashley and her mom were stunned. So were all the people in the classroom. Suddenly, Ashley was furious. She attacked me and held my hair tight in her grip.
How could you tell your mom about it? You know she can't keep a secret. Why did I ever trust you?
Even Ashley's mom was furious, and she screamed at Mom, calling her bad names. And that day, I lost my best friend. She just refused to talk to me. And a week later, she and her mom moved away without even saying goodbye. I was heartbroken, and my relationship with my mom was never the same.
Celine, please forgive me. It was an honest mistake.
Mom, enough is enough. You betrayed my trust and hurt other people. You can't just say it's a mistake every time. I can't do this anymore. I moved out of the mansion when I turned 18 and got admission in university. I got busy with studies, and Mom and I spoke less and less frequently. Luckily for me, I found love and got married. After graduating, I was living a happy life with my husband Andrew. I opened up an art gallery with Andrew, and the exhibitions I held were famous all over town. After 2 years, we were blessed with a little baby girl. We named her Crystal. She had a star-shaped birthmark in her hand. She was my world. One day, when I returned from work, I saw Andrew park up his new Porsche. I was stunned. Sure, we both earned well, but not that well. Something was off about Andrew. I walked into his new home office and heard him talk to some girl.
Oh, babe, I love you too. You think I'm in love with her? I am living with her only for the money.
I went berserk on Andrew. I made him tell me the truth the way he did. My mom had been sending him money, and that's why he was with me, while he loved someone else. First, I kicked Andrew out of the house. I was done with him. Then I called up Mom. Why can't you just stop interfering with my life? Why did you give money to Andrew?
But honey, Andrew asked me for money. He said he would leave you if I didn't give him the money.
You knew he didn't love me, and you didn't tell me? Mom, that's awful. You think giving him money was right? I told her never to send money again, and hung up. I just wanted to focus on raising Crystal now that life was set. Crystal and I became best friends. When she was 4, I took her to Disneyland, and we had a blast. I even got a star tattoo on my hand, just like Crystal's birthmark.
Mommy, we have the same mark now. I love you.
After a few days, it was time to go home. When our plane landed, we needed to take the train to get home. As I was buying tickets, I suddenly turned around and saw Crystal wasn't there. I went crazy. I searched for my baby girl all over the station, but I didn't find her. People started to help me look for her, and soon the cops arrived on the scene too. I just sat down on a bench crying with shock. I couldn't believe that my daughter was missing. I took my phone out and called the only person I could think of. I need you to come immediately, Mom. The minute she arrived, I broke down in tears and hugged her tight. I'm so sorry, Mom. Now I realize the pain of being away from your child. I am so sorry.
Hush, Celine. You have nothing to be sorry about. Don't worry, love. We will find my granddaughter.
But days turned into weeks, and my baby girl was nowhere to be found. It had been many months since Crystal was missing, when a familiar-looking woman named visited me at home. And when our eyes met, we were both shocked. Ashley, is that you?
Oh my God. Celine, I'm the detective handling your daughter's case.
We hugged each other tight as we both started to cry.
Don't worry, we will get her back. I promise.
For 5 years, we searched for Crystal day and night. Everywhere I went, I would see my daughter. One day, I was walking towards the police station where Ashley worked when suddenly I heard a voice. a voice so sweet that it shook me.
Hey, Mom, wait up. I'm coming.
I turned around and saw a girl who looked so much like Crystal. Oh my God! It was my baby girl all grown up. Without a second thought, I ran to the girl and took her arm. And she started screaming,
Mom, Dad, help!
Sweetie, just let me look at your hand. Turned out it was not Crystal. And her parents furiously took her away, and I was heartbroken all over again. I was almost beginning to lose hope. I met Mom at the park that night and cried on her chest. Mom, it hurts. Mom, it's burning. I miss my baby. I'm so sorry for treating you badly. You were my best friend. I now understand how much I hurt you. Mom, I just want my baby back.
Mom!
I couldn't believe what I just heard. I looked around to see Ashley, and next to her was a 9 or 10-year-old girl looking confused. The moment I saw her, I knew it was my Crystal. I ran to hug her, but the girl took some steps back.
Mom had a tattoo like mine in her hand. Show it to me if you are my mom.
I showed her the star tattoo, and she gave me a huge smile and flung herself in my arms.
Mom, I missed you so much. Why did you leave me? You don't love me?
Oh, baby girl, I love you so much and I look so hard for you. I missed you! I missed you! Ashley told me that my baby had gone on a train to another city where a couple had found her wandering alone and crying, and they'd taken her in. Since then, they had been trying to search for her family. I pulled Mom to join our hug. And also Ashley. I love you guys so much. All my best friends are back now. I love you, Crystal.
I love you too, Mommy.
Hi, I'm Brianna from New York. Please like and subscribe. I was raised by my single dad, who owned a multi-million-dollar company. Even though he was super busy, he always put me first, and I felt truly loved. He worked from home till I was 3, and then he hired the best nannies to take care of me while he was away. Life was good, until one day something really strange happened. I was 4 years old, when one night I saw Dad working really late, and I decided to make him some hot chocolate. As I walked over to his desk, I suddenly tripped on the carpet and spilled it all over his laptop.
Oh my God, Brianna, you fried my laptop. It has so much important stuff on it.
Suddenly, I felt something happen to my face. I could feel my lips and nose and cheeks twitch uncontrollably. Dad noticed it and immediately took me to the doctor. She told us that face twitching was an involuntary condition, and it just happened to some people when they were stressed. There wasn't really any cure for it. When I turned 5, Dad enrolled me in the best school around. In the first lesson, the teacher asked us all to write a few lines about ourselves. But this girl next to me kept talking so loudly with her friends, I could hardly focus. Hi, can you make a little less noise, please? I'm trying to write and...
Gosh, are you telling me you're as stupid as you look? But don't interrupt me again.
Just then my face twitched, and she looked even angrier as the others laughed. She thought I was mocking her, and after that day, Mona became my sworn enemy. And it just stayed that way forever, even when we got older. Once, when I was in 7th grade, Dad and I got stuck in traffic on our way home, and we saw a homeless couple on the pavement fighting over a sandwich. A boy my age was sitting near them with a basket of apples, and he came running towards us.
Sir, would you like to buy a pound of apples? It only costs $1. And with that, I'll buy dinner.
Dad bought 5 pounds and gave him $200. The boy's face lit up and he skipped off happily.
Poor kid. He should be in school, but his parents can't afford it.
Dad, why don't we do that? Let's send him to school. Please, can we? He smiled and nodded. A week later, Dad enrolled him in my school, and when the teacher introduced him to the class, I found out his name was Jack. He didn't seem to recognize me, and I never brought it up that I'd seen him before or that my dad was the one who helped him. I didn't want him to feel embarrassed, but the rest of the kids were brutal, especially that Mona.
Hey Jack, why do you walk to school every day? Where's your car, man?
Come on, guys. Can't you see how poor he is? His pants are 2 sizes too small for him, and all he eats for lunch are apples.
I wanted to punch her face, but Jack didn't even react and walked away. I asked Dad to get him new clothes, and the next day, Jack looked so much happier. One day at the end of class, the teacher asked Jack to collect everyone's assignments. As he was walking through the aisle, someone stuck a leg out and he tripped and landed hard on the floor. I rushed forward to help him, but Mona got there first and threw a whole bottle of ink on him. That was it. I grabbed her bag and threw everything out of the window. She screamed and pulled my hair. I turned around and slapped her face as we wrestled. We went crashing into a poor kid's solar system project, sending planets flying everywhere. We both ended up in detention, but it was worth it. The next day, I saw Jack walking towards me in the hallway, and I felt nervous. It was the first time we'd be talking. As he got close, my face started twitching. He stopped and abruptly turned away. "Oh no, Jack. Please stop. I didn't mean to tease you."
You just wrinkled your nose like I'm something disgusting. I thought you were different after what you did yesterday.
"Just let me explain, will you?" I told him about my condition, and his face softened. We started hanging out after that, and soon we became friends. Well, I started having a small crush on him. He was sweet and simple, unlike any of the other rich hoity-toity boys I knew. A few days later, at a park entrance, someone was selling lottery tickets, and we both got a ticket each for fun. The results were posted online the next day, but Jack said he was too nervous to look. I laughed and took both tickets and started scrolling through the results. My eyes almost popped out when I saw some numbers. The winning one was mine. OMG, I just won the $10 million lottery. I didn't really need it, but this money could change Jack's life. So without another thought, I switched our tickets. Oh my God, Jack, you've won freaking $10 million. Can you believe this? He stared at me in shock, then started whooping and jumping around like a crazy monkey. It was the best moment of my life. I was so excited to meet him after the weekend. But as soon as I entered school, I spotted him in a corner surrounded by some kids, including Mona. Gosh, couldn't they just leave him alone? I rushed forward and shouted, "Just knock it off and stop bullying."
No, Brianna, relax. They're my friends.
I stared at him in disbelief. Friends? These guys? Turns out, Jack was on the local news for being the lottery winner, and now everyone in school was suddenly his friend. Kids were swarming over to our table at lunch and nearly knocked me off trying to sit closer to him. Everyone wanted to know what he'd do with his millions, and, well, he was spending them. One day, the flashiest red sports car drove up to school, and Jack jumped out of the back seat. He was now wearing branded clothes and carrying the latest iPhone, showing everyone pictures of his mansion. I was really happy for him, but he was suddenly so busy with all these new people and going to parties, I barely got to see him anymore. So one day, I texted him to ask if we could meet later, and he said he'd love to take me out for dinner. In fact, he picked out a really fancy restaurant, and it kind of felt like a date. But I was so mad when I kept waiting for 3 hours, and he never showed up. He wouldn't even pick up his phone. On my way home, we were driving past some cafes, when suddenly I yelled at my driver to stop. I spotted Jack under a streetlight, putting his scarf around a girl's neck and pulling her in for a kiss, and the girl was freaking Mona. I stormed over to them. "What the heck, Jack? You stood me up for dinner, and what are you doing with her?"
He's kissing me. Twitchy face. Because I'm his girlfriend.
His what? Jack, are you crazy?
Gosh, Brianna, I totally forgot about dinner. And no, I'm not crazy. Mona has apologized for everything to me, and she's actually really sweet.
No, she's not, Jack. Can't you see? She's suddenly into you because you're rich. That's why all those other people are your friends, too.
What's your problem, Brianna? Why can't you just be happy for me? Does it bother you that I'm not your poor friend anymore? The one you can feel sorry for and take care of? You just can't stand that I'm as rich as you now.
I can't believe you just said that. And suddenly, my face started twitching horribly.
God, I hate when your face does that. It's so annoying.
I snapped and slapped him across the face. I don't even know who you are anymore. And with that, I ran back to my car with angry tears down my face. I was heartbroken, and I told Dad everything that had happened that night.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart. And I'm sad to hear Jack's turned out this way. He'll soon realize he's lost the best friend he ever had.
Well, it didn't look like it would be anytime soon because he and Mona were now the hottest new couple in school. I could hardly stand to look at those two. But thankfully, the next few weeks, I was too busy working with my science club members to see much of them. Some professors from Harvard were coming to judge our projects, and we had a chance of winning a spot in a super exclusive summer program. When it was my turn to speak out at our presentation, I started off really confident. But just then, I spotted Mona and Jack in the auditorium, pointing and making faces at me. I tried to focus, But I felt so flustered my face started twitching, and I forgot all my words. I turned to leave, and I tripped and crashed straight into our project. As I saw Mona and Jack laughing from the corner of my eye, I picked myself up and ran away from there. I couldn't believe my best friend had become a spiteful jerk, ruining everything for me. I just never spoke to him again. A few days before the end of high school, I was walking past the principal's office when I saw Jack inside.
What's happened to you this past year? You've ignored all my warnings, and now you've failed 3 subjects. You're not graduating high school. You'll have to repeat a year.
What? Come on, surely we can find another solution. How about I pay you 10 grand and you make my bad grades go away?
Get out of my office, Jack.
I quickly walked off before he could see me. He was so smart, but he'd just been wasting his time over stupid things. And Mona publicly dumped him the same day when she found out because she said she didn't want to be with a loser anymore. I graduated high school with flying colors. And of course, Dad came to attend.
Oh, hello, sir. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Well, I was hoping to see you graduate along with my daughter, Jack.
Your daughter? What's her name?
Brianna.
What? Brianna is your daughter?
Yes. In fact, she's the one who insisted I send you to school all those years ago. You have a lot to thank her for, son, including that lottery ticket you think you won.
I was gathering my stuff from the locker when suddenly I found Jack standing behind me. What do you want?
Brianna, I know what you did. What kind of crazy person gives away $10 million?
What? How do you know that?
It doesn't matter, just tell me. Why did you do that for me?
Jack, when I saw you as a kid on the roadside, it broke my heart to think you didn't get as lucky as me to be born to rich parents. That lottery ticket was also just dumb luck. I didn't do anything to deserve it, but I really believed you deserved a better life. I still believe that, and I don't regret giving you the money at all.
I can't believe I was such a terrible jerk to the best person in my life. I'm really sorry. I don't deserve your forgiveness or your friendship, and I won't ever bother you again. Goodbye, Brianna. I hope you have a wonderful life.
He walked away, and I had a lump in my throat as I watched him leave. A few years later, at university, I was studying in the library one evening when I realized it was quite late. As I was walking back to my apartment, I suddenly felt like I was being followed. I looked around to find 2 masked men right behind me. I tried to run, but they caught up instantly, and one of them snatched my bag as the other pushed me to the ground. Just then, someone came out of the shadows and punched one of them. To my shock, I saw it was Jack. The 2 men started beating him up as I screamed for help. Just then, a policeman came around the corner, and the 2 men ran away. I called an ambulance, and I immediately rushed Jack to the hospital. He was unconscious and in really bad shape. He went into a coma. 10 days later, I was sleeping on a chair by his bed when I felt a hand on mine. Oh my God, you're awake!
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Jack, why were you there that night? How did you even know where I was?
I regret what I did to you so much, Brianna, so I made a promise to myself to always look out for you. I was too stupid to notice, but all those years, you were my guardian angel. You watched over me and stood up for me when no one else did. I owe you my life forever, and I love you, Brianna.
Finally, you sound like that sweet boy I used to be friends with. I forgive you, Jack, and I love you too. And with that, I leaned in for a kiss.
Hi friends, my name is Subin and I'm from Korea. Please like and subscribe. When my mom was pregnant with me, so was her best friend.
When our kids are born, they'll be buddies just like us.
And Ben and I were growing up. He was my pal. One time, Ben and I were playing and he was running after me. Then he accidentally nudged me and I fell down the stairs. I hit my head. But before I could cry, Ben started wailing.
No, Subin! Oh my God, it's all my fault. Does it hurt? Let me pick you up. Gosh, you're heavy. Subin! Are you okay?
Ben? I'm fine, really. Saying that I hugged him. Ben was such a softie. I did get an infinity stone on my forehead, like Vision, but I didn't blame Ben. He was the best, and I wished we'd always be together. But when I was 5, Ben and his parents had to move to France for a work opportunity. And I missed him so much. As if things couldn't get any worse. Dad suffered a huge loss in his business soon after. Slowly, I saw how bad Mom and Dad's relationship was getting because of money problems. And after a few years, Mom left us. But Dad always tried to make me happy. We were so short on money that we had to shop at thrift stores, but he spent hours looking for the things I'd like.
Look at this jacket, Subin. It has rhinestones. You love rhinestones.
It is pretty, Daddy.
See? I told you we'd find some good stuff here.
Since I was a good student, I got a scholarship at my school and relieved Dad of that burden. I worked hard and was a top student. I needed to keep the scholarship. And when I was in the 10th grade, something awesome happened. Ben and his parents had returned to town and moved into a big mansion. And seeing Ben on the first day of school after summer vacation, my heart started beating fast. And then he swept me into his arms.
Subin! Oh my god, you haven't changed a bit!
But you have. You're so tall and whoa, so muscular. Ben and I were in the same class and we started hanging out together all the time. But I soon realized he was getting way too much attention from all the girls, especially Haran, and she was the worst. She acted like she owned the whole town just because her mom was the mayor. And to my horror, Ben and Haran soon started dating. I hated her. But for Ben's sake, I pretended to be nice, and she did the same. She acted like a saint in front of Ben, but not when he wasn't around. She'd do petty things like pull out the chair when I was about to sit, and she would always comment on my clothes and appearance.
I'm saying all this for your benefit. No one likes a girl who looks so poor.
I'd rather be poor than a jerk like you. Gosh, what did Ben ever see in that witch? One time for lunch, Ben had gotten the yummiest pizza, and we were enjoying it when Haran came and hugged him tight.
Oh, I missed you so much in art class. Why didn't you join it, Benny Wenny?
You know I'm a science guy, babe. Here, wanna have some pizza?
She refused, and then Ben packed the leftovers and told me I should take them home because he was full. Dad and I never ordered out much, and I was happy to share it with him. A few weeks later, it was Ben's birthday, and he invited me to his place. I saw how Ben and Haran were dancing so close to each other, and it made me feel so jealous. I went to the balcony for some fresh air. After a while, I was headed back inside when Haran and some of her friends came, and I hid behind a plant.
You've really got yourself a hot boyfriend this time, Haran.
Yeah, he's totally wrapped around my fingers. He adores me and gives me the best gifts. There's just one problem. His miserable beggar friend. Oh, I really hate her. You know, Ben cares for her so much that he gets her favorite pizza for lunch every day and pretends to be full so she can take the leftovers home. He really pities her and she has no shame. She could probably live on his charity forever.
Why would Ben tell her something like that?
What? So pathetic.
Wiping my tears, I just ran back home. After that date, I sort of ignored Ben, even though he asked me if something was wrong a million times. I just didn't need his pity or his charity. When we were in our senior year, our teacher announced a science tournament and the winning team was going to get an amazing cash prize. Dad and I could always use the money, so I immediately signed up for it and I was paired with Ben. I tried to get my partner changed, but the teacher said it was final.
So you want to come over to my place to brainstorm some ideas?
No thanks.
Hey, Subin. I don't know why you stopped talking to me, but come on. This is a great opportunity. Let's do this together, please.
I knew Ben was a science genius and being paired with him was probably the best thing. So I reluctantly agreed. We came up with some really cool ideas and I ended up at his place almost every day to work on them. But I noticed how his mom was never around. A few times I asked about her, but he'd always ignore the question. But one time, Ben and I were at a park near his home, and he asked me the strangest question.
Subin, do you ever miss your mom? Does she call you? How does it feel to live with just one parent?
I never really thought about it. I guess it's not so bad knowing how much my dad loves me. It's not exactly a secret that we don't have much money, but he goes out of his way to make me happy. I don't know how to live with two parents, but the one I have, I love to bits.
That's really sweet, I asked because, well, my mom, she isn't well. She's going through treatment. Sometimes it's really hard to see her like that.
Oh God, Ben, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was going through such a rough time.
Subin, why'd you stop talking to me?
Taking a deep breath, I told him what happened at his birthday party.
Subin, Haran kind of twisted my words. Yeah, I told her you guys were going through a tough time, but because you're my friend and I care about you, not because I pity you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have discussed it with her at all.
Saying that he came close and swept my bangs aside.
You still have the scar. I was so scared that day. I'm so sorry, Subin.
Hey, it was a long time ago, and it kind of reminded me of you. When you were away, Ben looked at me like he might kiss me, but he suddenly snapped his fingers.
Bazinga! I just got a brilliant idea for our project.
And he sure did. Just a few more adjustments and our model worked. We came first at the science competition, and Ben gave all the prize money to me, saying I did the hard work. It wasn't true, and I knew he was just being kind. Why did such a nice guy have to be with Haran? But then Ben told me one day that he was going to break up with Haran soon. My heart was jumping with excitement, but I pretended to be sad. And when Ben broke it to Haran, the girl had a complete meltdown. She took a bat and smashed all the notice boards around the school during her psycho rampage. Haran suddenly spotted me and was coming right at me, but Ben stepped in between.
Stop making a fool of yourself, Haran. It's over.
You're doing this because of her! Because of this poor, ugly bimbo!
Subin's my best friend, and she's special to me. Don't insult her again.
Haran stomped off furiously, and I was left dazed. Ben just said I was special to him. Whoa. I was on cloud 9, and I just needed to confess my love to my best friend. I didn't have the guts to say it to his face, and we didn't have phones, so I wrote him a letter. Dear Ben, I saw you for the first time in kindergarten, and I've had a crush on you since. What I really want to tell you is that I love you a lot. Subin. During recess, I slipped the note in Ben's bag, but for some reason he got called to the principal's office in the last period. I kept wondering if he saw the letter, and when I got a reply the next day in my locker, I almost had a heart attack.
Dear Subin, I love you too. I was going to tell you, but I didn't have the courage. Let's meet at our spot tonight. I can't wait to kiss you. Ben.
It was like all my dreams were coming true. Wearing a new dress, I went to the park and waited for Ben. I was so excited and nervous. But suddenly I felt someone pull my hair and I landed on my butt. Haran!
Oh, a new dress for Ben! Ha ha ha! He ain't coming, sweetie. He showed us your letter and we're all in fits.
What? You're lying.
Oh no, I'm not. You really think he'd leave me for some poor beggar like you? In your dreams, girl.
Haran kicked me and suddenly I saw red and I pounced on her. But her friends got me off of her and then they all ripped my beautiful dress. I felt so furious that I punched Haran square in the jaw. What happened next was a disaster. Haran called her mom and made up a whole story about how I attacked her for no reason, and her mom made a case of assault against me and actually sent me to juvie for 2 months. My dad was devastated, and so was I. Even worse, Ben never showed his face, not once. Coward! As soon as I got out, Dad and I left town. After weeks of interviews, Dad finally ended up finding a decent job, and I worked as a waitress too, while I studied in a community college. 4 years later, I graduated with a law degree at the top of my class. Luckily, I got hired by a law firm, and just a couple of years later, I became a junior partner. One day, I read a piece of news that filled me with joy. Haran's mom had been arrested for corruption during her time as mayor. The whole family was being publicly humiliated. They deserved it. Sometime later, my firm asked me to set up an office in my old town, and I was kinda glad to return. I wanted to show everyone what I'd made of myself. One day, I was busy doing some paperwork when Haran walked into my office asking me for a job.
Please, Subin, help me! No one in this town wants to hire me or my family for anything. I know I was mean to you.
Cruel. You were cruel to me.
Yes, cruel and terrible. Please, please forgive me.
After Haran begged for a job for days, I finally let her be my personal assistant. And she had to do literally everything I asked. I really made her suffer for a while. It was fun, but then it wasn't. Seeing her qualifications, I gave her a higher position.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you. And this means you've forgiven me?
No, not really, but I'm trying to be a better person, better than people were to me.
Subin, I never wanted things to go so far with you going to juvie and everything. Mom just got carried away. I'm really, really sorry.
After that day, Haran was always nice to me, and so was I. I just didn't want to hold grudges. But one day, as I was walking out of a coffee shop, I bumped into a guy. It was Ben.
Oh my God, Subin, I've missed you. We need to talk.
Suddenly, the memory of him giving my letter to Haran came rushing back. No, stay away from me! But the next day, there were tons of roses in my office and a note from Ben telling me how he wanted to meet at our spot. What a jerk. But this kept happening every day for a week. One day, I got so frustrated that I started throwing them out the window. But Haran stopped me.
Subin, I need to tell you something, and it's gonna make you hate me even more. But I have to. Ben is completely innocent.
What are you talking about?
Ben never got your letter. I stole it from his bag, and I lied that he showed it to me. I made all of that up, and he never showed up to see you because, well, he'll tell you everything. And again, I'm terribly sorry.
I drove to our spot in the park and saw Ben sitting on a bench. And I gave him a chance to explain. Turns out the day I put the letter in his bag, Ben got the news that his mom had suddenly gotten much sicker. And he flew to France with her for some treatment. He stayed there the next 3 months, and he said he called my place and wrote me letters, but he never got a reply. And when he returned, I'd already left town.
I looked for you a lot, but I had no idea where you were or why you'd left without a word, till Heron reached out to me some weeks ago and explained everything she did.
She just told me everything, too. I'm so sorry about your mom. I'm sorry I left without giving you a chance to even explain.
It's all in the past. There's only one thing I need to say to you now, Subin. The thing is, I've always...
Loved me?
Yes!
I've always loved you too, Ben, since forever.
Hi, I'm Mary from Texas. Please like and subscribe. I was raised in an orphanage until I was 8 years old and I never spoke a word.
Here, sweetie. What's your name? Say something to the nice people, Mary. They want to get to know you.
It wasn't that I couldn't speak. I was just shy. I didn't have many friends. One day when I was 8, I saw my best friend Furry stuck in a tree. I ran over to the firehouse across the road and banged on the door.
What's wrong?
Fireman? To the tree. And he immediately rescued my dog. He was amazing. The next day I decided to thank him by making him a special meal.
Thank you. Do you like spaghetti?
After that, the fireman came to visit me every week, and I felt so comfortable that I started to speak.
In fact, I couldn't stop talking.
And I hated it when we had to say goodbye. One day, the fireman came to visit with the biggest smile.
Mary, how would you feel if I was your dad?
And the next morning, I moved in with him. I had my own room, my own fireman's hat, and as much spaghetti as I wanted. We did everything together, and life was good. But in the 7th grade, Dad brought home some guests. A beautiful woman and her daughter who was my age.
This is Patricia and her daughter Jennifer. Patricia and I are getting married.
I was happy at the news.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Of course it is. I'm lovely, but it's not a pleasure to meet you. It's worse than that day. I ate a whole jar of chilies and pooped fire out of my butt. And also I had to get a tooth extraction and my appendix removed on the same day, and I hate you already.
Soon Patricia and Dad were married, and we moved into a bigger house. It was beautiful on the outside, but the inside needed work.
It's a disaster. We're not living here.
Come on, babe, it just needs a little love.
Over the next few months, Dad and I fixed up the house. By the time we were done, it was perfect. But nothing made those two houses.
What do you think?
Like we were too poor to get a professional interior decorator. We're going to the cat massage place.
Yeah, the cats there give the best head massages. It feels so good when they pull on your hair.
Really? Because I can do that for free.
Mary glared at me, and the two left.
Dad, I don't get it. Patricia is so materialistic and shallow, and Jennifer is even worse. You can do so much better.
Honey, no one's perfect Patricia and Jennifer just like nice things. What's really important is family. Promise me you give them a chance.
I'll try.
So I did. Things were better for a few months, but then I started to notice Patricia and Jennifer acting strange. One night, I caught Patricia and Jennifer whispering to each other in the dark till they spotted me.
Go to bed now, or you're grounded for a month.
And you won't be allowed to take a shower or wax your mustache for 3 months.
The next day, Patricia said she wanted to cook dinner for a change, and hours later, Dad had food poisoning. He was released from the hospital the next day, but he was still really weak. Instead of taking care of him, Patricia and Jennifer went out on a shopping spree.
I think Patricia tried to poison you.
Poison me? That's ridiculous.
I don't think so. Those two are hiding something. I just know it.
Patricia has been trying to connect with you for months, but you're always giving her a hard time. You have to accept them as family and stop making up these crazy stories.
A few weeks later, while Dad was out of town, I woke up at night to get some water, but I heard voices coming from the backyard. I looked out the window and saw Patricia and the strange man arguing. Before I could get closer, Jennifer jumped in the way.
You should mind your own business.
Who is that man?
What man?
The man you were talking to in the backyard.
Oh, Mary, you have such an active imagination. I wasn't talking to anyone. Isn't that right, Jennifer?
Yes, Mummy. Too active of an imagination compared to her small-shaped head. Why is it so small? Did you crack it open like an egg? And the doctors forgot to put some pieces back in, back in the orphanage, since you were neglected.
I went to my room and tried to call Dad, but my calls went straight to voicemail. In fact, he didn't answer his call for days, and it looked like he was missing. We contacted the police to find out where he could have gone, but he vanished without a trace. I felt miserable, but Patricia and Jennifer seemed to go on like it didn't matter one bit. Sometimes I couldn't help thinking if they had something to do with Dad's disappearance. 2 months passed, and one day, Dad's lawyer showed up to talk to me.
Your dad told me that in the case of something ever happening to him, I can tell you about his will.
What will?
Your husband left $1 million in a trust for Mary. Half to be released to Mary when she turns 18, and the other half to her legal guardian to take care of her.
What about me and my daughter? Jennifer?
Yeah. What do we get? I mean, that man had the longest ear hair, and my eyes hurt seeing that. So, yeah, I deserve something.
The last time your husband updated his will was when he adopted Mary. Here's a check for $500,000 to cover Mary's expenses.
Patricia and Jennifer went ballistic. They ripped all of my dad's pictures off the wall.
Stop! Don't!
Jennifer shoved me out of the way as she and Patricia ran around the house, destroying everything that reminded them of Dad. I grabbed my dad's guitar from his bedroom and hid it under my bed. The next day, Jennifer cashed the check. She sold the house, and we moved to another city. Jennifer made the down payment for a fancy house and car and got new clothes for herself and Jennifer, but the two made me live in the dusty old attic. A few weeks later, Jennifer and I started high school. The moment I stepped on campus, all the kids laughed at me. Jennifer had sold all my clothes and gave me only $20 to replace my wardrobe at the secondhand store.
Hey, freak.
Who are you calling a freak, dummy?
Where'd you get your clothes? A dumpster?
My mom took her off the street. It took my mom 3 months to get rid of the lice in her head. Our house kept smelling like gas. Because gas is the most effective way to get rid of lice. And it took 3 months. You get what I mean? Ha 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 ha.
After a few weeks, I learned to ignore them and focus on my schoolwork. School helped me get my mind off of how much I missed Dad. Then one day, a new boy arrived at school. He was gorgeous, and all the girls, including Jennifer, couldn't stop staring at him. He sat next to me in science class. He turned to me.
Hey, I'm Kyle. You want to be my partner?
Are you any good at science? I'm gonna need more than a pretty face.
You're funny.
Kyle and I started meeting in the library after school. He was a science nerd just like me. He loved music and was super funny. We turned in our project and got an A. After class, he walked me to my locker.
Mary, I really like hanging out with you. I was wondering if you wanted to.
Before he could finish, Jennifer appeared out of nowhere.
Hi, Kyle. How's it going? I was thinking the two of us could go to the movies this weekend.
Actually, I was gonna ask Mary.
It's so sweet you've been spending time with Mary. Did she tell you about her boyfriend? He's blind, and Mary is really taking care of him. I mean, two needy people in a relationship, it makes perfect sense. Don't you agree? Boyfriend? What are you? It's pretty serious. They've been hot and heavy for 5 dark years, you know? 'Cause he's blind.
That night, Jennifer barged into my room.
Don't even think about messing things up with me and MHK. MHK? My hot Kyle. Why are you so stupid? You and Kyle? You're not even his type. You're a liar. And say one word to him and I'll destroy your dad's stupid guitar.
From then on, I strapped the guitar to my back and carried it with me everywhere, even in the bathroom.
You're a weirdo.
A couple nights later, I watched from the window as Kyle picked Jennifer up for their date. He glanced up at me, and I quickly closed the blinds. Kyle still sat next to me in science class. He tried to joke with me, but I ignored him.
Hey, Mary, you want to study later?
That's not a good idea.
Why not?
Please just leave me alone.
I closed my locker and walked away. Kyle didn't sit next to me or try to talk to me anymore. He and Jennifer seemed to be getting really close, so it was better that I stayed away. A few weeks later, I was walking to class when I heard a huge commotion in the hallway.
It's our 2-month anniversary, and you get me this?
What's wrong? Please calm down. Everybody is staring at us.
I told you I wanted a diamond necklace.
I thought you were joking. I can't afford a diamond necklace.
Wait, are you suggesting you're poor? Why did you look rich to me? You shallow people pretending to be someone you're not? I'm dumping your poor butt.
A few weeks later, Jennifer found a new rich boyfriend named Matthew, and she was smitten. She even invited him over for dinner one night. One day, I stayed late after school to study in the library. As I was walking down the hall, I heard someone playing guitar. It was the song my dad used to play when I was a kid. I darted toward the sound. From the window, I saw a man. He was tall with short hair like Dad, but I couldn't see his face.
You almost scared me to death.
Sorry, I thought you were someone else. I didn't know you played guitar, you.
No, if you ever talk to me.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have blown you off.
I understand. Jennifer never liked the fact that I was friends with you first. So, are you any good? Or do you just carry that thing around as a fashion statement?
I pulled the guitar off my back and started to play. Kyle and I played together, and it was magical. A few days later, we entered a local talent show. We won first prize and took home $1,000. Soon, Kyle and I started playing a weekly gig at a popular venue in town. We became popular in school, and we were making good money. I stashed it all away under a loose floorboard in my room. One day during lunch, Kyle and I were in the cafeteria when Jennifer came up to us.
Hey, Rockstar. How about we hang out this weekend?
No, thanks. Mary and I are busy with practice.
Oh my, Kyle, you're so ignorant. Mary would die to please me. She won't mind. Actually, I do. We have to work on a new song also. Why would he want to hang out with you? Fine, whatever.
Later that night, Jennifer barged into my room.
You stole my boyfriend. What boyfriend? Kyle. Why are you acting like you have memory loss? You broke up with Kyle and we aren't dating. You won't get away with this. You took something from me and now I will too.
Then Jennifer grabbed my father's guitar and smashed it to pieces.
Now we're even.
I charged towards Jennifer and we got into the biggest fight ever. What's going on here?
She attacked me, Mom. She's crazy. I'm scared. Mommy, hug me. She broke my guitar. She stole my boyfriend and now she's trying to kill me. Let's get a restraining order against her. Mommy!
Mary, you've always been jealous of Jennifer, and now you've gone too far. No more cell phones. No more music. No more anything.
I couldn't stay in that house another minute, so I climbed out the window and ran away. And I ended up on Kyle's doorstep. He and his mom were really sympathetic and gave me a room to stay in. But the next morning, when I went home to get my things, the doors were locked and all the furniture was gone. There was no sign of Jennifer and Patricia anywhere. Kyle and I went to talk to the lawyer about my trust fund, but the lawyer's office was boarded up. I asked one of his neighbors where I could find him.
He closed his law firm yesterday and moved away. He didn't leave a forwarding address.
I was devastated. I had no money and nowhere to go.
You can stay with me for as long as you need.
I reported Jennifer and Patricia to the police, and a few weeks later they got back to me.
This woman who calls herself Patricia, she's a con artist. She's gone from state to state cunning single men out of their fortunes. You and your father were her latest victims. And this girl, Jennifer, is her niece.
What about the money she stole? Can I get it back?
I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do.
I went back to Kyle's house, but I was too depressed to get out of bed. Then one day, I opened my door and found a new guitar resting outside the door. Then Kyle and I wrote a song. We posted it online and it went viral. 5 years later, we were world famous. We spent all our time together writing songs, performing on tour, and falling in love. The next summer, we were married and moved to a house on the beach. But a few months later, Jennifer showed up on our doorstep in tears.
What are you doing here?
Patricia and her boyfriend skipped town after conning someone and left me behind. They even took my savings. Patricia's my aunt, who raised me since I was a kid, and I had no choice but to help her steal money from people. I'm so sorry for what I did to you and your father.
I wanted to turn Jennifer away, but she had nowhere to go. Jennifer worked with the police to track down Patricia and her boyfriend, and they were eventually successful. Patricia landed behind bars for years. Some months later, on my birthday, Kyle and Jennifer came home with the biggest smiles.
We have a surprise for you.
Jennifer and I discovered a lead on your father a while ago. It was a long shot, so we didn't tell you before, but we found something.
What did you find?
Kyle opened the door.
Dad?
Yes, honey, it's me. I've missed you so much.
Oh God, me too. Where were you all this time?
I was on a road trip and I was in an accident. I woke up with no memory. Only this. I drew this picture every night, but I never knew who I was drawing or if she was even real. I tried to start a new life, but I knew there was something missing. I had a hole in my heart. But then Kyle and Jennifer found me. They showed me videos of you performing our song, and then all my memories came flooding back. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you all these years.